if you've done a deal or two, you should be talking on some of these exposure avenues. Exposure, I meant to get you thinking bigger.
For exposure on podcasts, I'm thinking of a way to leverage this for everybody. We obviously, we both have podcasts and we interview other people, but going on another podcast and sharing our story, right? We all are starting businesses here. Some people have had them for a while. What's your angle when you get on these podcasts? Like, I'm wondering, is this to fill prospects up? Like, I don't know that someone listening would be, hey, like maybe they're a buyer or maybe they're a seller. I know it's great to meet individuals that are like highly successful, but within staying in our lane, how do you recommend, kind of leveraging a business for scaling a little bit, and which bucket?
I like it. I like your question. Okay, so Ryan has a very successful podcast with, I think, as many episodes as we do. So that's coming from a good place. I would, if you guys wanted to guest on shows, you want to be talking to your audience. So you wouldn't necessarily be on my show and you wouldn't necessarily be on Ryan's. You would be on a show where banking and financing and buyers and sellers live, in my opinion. I'll give you an example. If you were to go into the infinite banking or bank on yourself world, they all have podcasts. Ryan's probably guested on them. I've guested on so many of them. Would there perhaps maybe be sellers in there and buyers that have access to money because they have policies that you could talk to? Sure, that's not a bad idea, Ryan. Now, are there people that can book you on those shows? Yep. Nick has his own business and gets booked on shows outside of Smart Real Estate Coach business. That's all you gotta do. If anyone's interested in that, I do have a gentleman that we use that I think is super efficient and fairly affordable that would book you on shows. And you could say, I only want to do 2 a month. Now, I know what some of you are thinking right now because Ryan brought this up. I don't know if I could do that. Imposter syndrome. I'm telling you, you can, because you know enough and you know more than you've heard me say this. Most people out there in real estate investing. If you've done a deal or two, you should be talking on some of these exposure avenues. Exposure, I meant to get you thinking bigger, and Ryan brought up the exposure for your business. Both good. Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you're interested, private message me, and I'll honestly tell you if I think you should do it yet or not, and then I can hook you up with Noah. Noah used to work for Steve Westner. He works for us and others. He does his own subcontracting. So
he's terrific.
Yeah, good point, Ryan. Thanks for the brain teaser there.